Hi, my name is Dr. Ahmad, and I'm very thankful for this opportunity that has been provided to me to share my ideas about sonography and all these years that I've spent in sonography. I would like to discuss some of the key factors that are regulated by the board, our registry board, as well as our workforce commission and our accreditation commission in terms of numbers, and are extremely important for any program, and specifically the startup programs and overall the startup campus. So there are three ways by which the the Board of Education regulates us, or our accreditation regulates us. Of these three factors, one of the factor is your retention rate. The second one is your registry rate, and the third one is your replacement rate. Now, retention rate is something that is a retention rate slash dropout rate. So, what steps that we can take ahead of time that could greatly improve our retention rate, and at the same time, it will reduce or to an extent minimize our dropout rate? Um, One of the key factor that influences, impacts these numbers very greatly is the proper capacity building of the mission team. The first point of contact about the introduction of any program are the admission advisors and the admission representatives. Therefore, it's not only a one time process, but it's an ongoing process of their capacity building. Uh, the way but the way I see it is, sonography program specifically has it's a 2 years program. There is almost a year that they have to spend out there in the clinical affiliates. It's a 2,000 hours program when it comes to associate degree. And a proper in-depth understanding of the candidate is important about the time devotion in future that would be required in order to fulfill all the requirements of this program. Therefore, uh, finding the best fit for both the in terms of the program and in terms of the candidate will help reduce the dropout rate, and also will greatly impact the overall retention rate. And these are numbers are indicative of the fact that we got the right match and the right fit for in both in terms of candidate and the program. Now, we have to maintain those numbers to an 80% in Texas. The next very important aspect by which we have to come up with those numbers are your registry rate. Uh, Now, your registry rate affects your program uh, in such a way that it can make or break the program. As per our registry board, the ARDMS exams, which is the credential that they have to achieve when they're out there in the real world, has two components. One of them is the SPI, which is the physics of the ultrasound, of the sound, and the second is the specialized component. So the way it's designed, that once they are done with the physics semester, they can schedule their exam. The earlier they schedule the exam, the better it is for both them understanding what is required out of them in future, because they'll be facing a board exam. At the same time, when they'll be going out there in the clinical affiliates, uh, having a SPI credential taken care of will have an impact, a very positive impact on them being placed in the same clinical affiliates, because the way they take it in the ultrasound world, if a candidate can pass and take the test and pass it at such an early stage, more than likely they are on an average, it is more than likely they're going to take care of the second step as well. That completes the entire credential. So we require in Texas that number to be around 80%, and at the same time, that number and structuring it in such a way that they get their registry, one component of their registry taken care of at a early stage in program before they even go out there in the clinical affiliates, would also ensure them having better than average chances of being placed on those clinical affiliates. That would impact both their placement rates, which was the third number that we have to take care of very critically, and as well as that will take care of the registry rates. Now, the third thing is your placement rates. Like retention rate and like registry rate, there are multiple factors that can influence the performance of your placement rate. One of those is following the competencies, the lab competencies, which are given by the ABHAS or KHAP to every program. Those guidelines is extremely important. So the lab component is something that is a part of the program and that we offer on campus, a proper training and them meeting up the expectation of all the lab competency aids a lot when they are actually out there in the real world in a hospital doing scanning under their clinical preceptors. The second thing that greatly influences these numbers is clinical affiliates and capacity building and community enrichment programs are being a part of it, offering campus, especially the sonography department, volunteering into different initiatives and contributing into community enrichment, specifically related to healthcare and ultrasound. The other factors that does offer that helps us develop a better relationship with the clinical affiliates is offering on-campus CMEs. On-campus CMEs are now something that is required by every sonographer in order to maintain their credentials. So offering a CME helps us contribute to the development of relationship between us and the clinical affiliates. Beside that, development of clinical site. We have a variety of clinical affiliates that categorizes under a clinical site. And that includes not only the hospitals, but group practices, individual practices, and the mobile imaging services as well. So the development of a proper database and of all these in all these avenues is extreme. It provides a very good impact on development of the clinical affiliates. There is another factor that plays a very key role in a startup program, and that is the number of students that are being enrolled. Sonography is one of those careers that in 2 years' time, investment of their time, they have enough. As per the BLS ratio, it's a very financially lucrative career as well. Therefore, finding student for the program is not that of a issue than finding the right candidate for the program and keeping the numbers at a point that would not impact on your both on your placement rates, because uh, I do understand that the numbers are extremely important, but I have experienced in my past that placement initially, the number, keeping the number at a level that can be placed as per the demand out there in the sonography world, helps grow program eventually in the long run and make them uh, more sustainable to growth in future too. Well, thank you so much for providing me with this opportunity. And if there's anything based on what I've learned, any more things that I can contribute to the performance of the program, making it a better and better program, I'll be extremely glad and thankful. Thank you.